So here is the second example of our problem, and we will going to answer this. So number 2. Two railroad tracks are perpendicular to each other. At 12 p.m., there is a train at each track approaching the crossing at 50 km per hour, one being 100 km and the other 100 km away from the crossing. How fast in kilometer per hour is the distance between two trains changing at 4 p.m.? So the first step here is to draw the figure. Just like the first problem, in order for us to draw the figure, we must first analyze and identify what are the given. So here, two railroad tracks are perpendicular to each other. So we assume that this is the two railroad tracks, in which this is the first railroad and this is the second railroad, being perpendicular to each other. And at 12 p.m., there is a train at each track approaching. One 50 km away, and the one is 100 km away, and the other is 150 km. So, how fast in kilometer per hour is the distance between two trains changing at 4 p.m.? So we assume that this is the position of the second railroad track, and this is the position of the first railroad track at 4 p.m. So we now have the drawing and the figure. The second step is the derivative. So as we observe that this is an angle, and we should use the Pythagorean theorem formula, in which a squared plus b squared is equals to c squared. So assume that x squared plus y squared equals z squared. So now we will derive this. So we have d over dt times dx plus y squared equals d over dt times z squared. So now, we should not forget the power formula, in which the exponent will become the coefficient. So 2x times dx over dt plus dy times dy, 2y times dy over dt is equals to 2z times dz over dt. So we will cancel the coefficient and divide it by 2 in order for us to get the z. Imo man natong gipangita. So we now have the formula. So dz over dt times x times dx over dt plus y times dy over dt divided by z. So the third step is the substitution. So now we have the x, we have the dx over dt plus y times dy over dt. So i-substitute na lang na nato siya. Divided by z. So the fourth step is to find the z. So what is the z? So z squared, ato gigamit nga formula ani kaya z squared equals x squared plus y squared. So z squared equals 50 times 4 plus 100, squared, plus 50 times 4 plus 150 and squared. So we get the 12,500, and in order for us to cancel para makuha ning squared, we will get the square root of the 12,500, in which the z kay 111.8 km. So the fifth and last step is the substitution. So now we have dz over dt equals 50 times 50 times 4. Kaning 4, mo ni siya ang time. Remember, kay 12 p.m. man to. Ang gipangita man nila kay how fast in kilometer per hour is the distance between two trains changing at 4 p.m. Right? So we have the time, which is 4 minus 100 plus 50 times 4 minus 150 divided by 111.8. So now we can get the answer, which is dz over dt is equivalent to 67.08 km per hour. So that is the distance on how fast in kilometer per hour between the two trains are changing. That's all.